All right, everyone. Welcome back. Outside the Lines, episode 20 something, 16, 15, 12, 1, 2. Who knows?
Don't care about the numbers, but we're here.
Exactly. So today, I say this every time, it's jam packed, but talking about the obvious, we can't ignore the smack heard around the world. Will Smith smacking the shit out of Chris Rock at the Oscars. Um, we got a live reaction from both of us here. I don't know if you think it's fake or not. Is it staged? Who knows? We can talk about that. We'll also go over the meme stocks getting halted due to volatility again. Meta or Facebook going after TikTok. Another popular play to earn game getting hacked. Crypto sponsoring a bunch of things, and then of course if you live anywhere in the world, you know that the housing market has been absolutely on fire and insane the past couple of years here. Rates are starting to surge and housing prices are starting to cool off, which is good news. Anything else I need to add there?
Good news and bad news, I guess. Mr. Powell is trying to wreck all of our wallets, but I think the word was, I will do anything necessary to compete
to curb
with
inflation.
Curb inflation. Like, yikes.
This man does not care about your wallet. Does not give a fuck.
No.
Yeah, so let's jump into live reactions. What are you thinking? What so let me preface this with if you look at any of the numbers of the viewership, it was disastrous until he smacked the shit out of him. They were at something like 9 million viewers, something like that, and then it popped up to it's got to be around 200 worldwide. So I'm not saying it's staged, but it definitely could be.
It definitely helped. It definitely helped the numbers. That was my first thought, was you're coming in, and it's weird because when I was a kid, I think Oscars were actually a little bit more exciting, because you're like, oh, I really like this movie, blah, blah, blah. I hope this actor wins. You have all your favorites and stuff like that. And it's slowly evolved into this elitist, hey, I'm going to come up here and tell everybody about my dreams that I have done nothing about and what everybody should be doing, blah, 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 blah. And I think that everyone has gotten over that, and they don't really like it. And over the past few years, I think there's been a little bit of controversy on choices, especially when it comes to Best Picture, whether or not that they are politically fueled. I think I just lost Emmett in the process, going Lone Ranger here. I'm not even going to miss a beat. So pretty much the basis of it is, I think that all of these things, you were gone for a second. I just kept going. So we're all about it here. Anyway,
I agree with what you were saying, though. It turns into a Hollywood circle jerk, and people are over, even people on the left, whether you're on the right, on the left, in the middle, you're overhearing celebrities who are out of touch with society tell you how to live your life. People are just over it. It's not nothing political about it. It's people who are making hundreds of millions of dollars a year are not normal people, and you don't want to hear their opinions on normal people issues.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like the last thing I was going to touch on, but was everyone has kind of lost their interest on that, where they get a little, not even political, but it's just preaching to the choir of people that you don't even know how they live their lives anymore, because you live it so differently. But also the Academy themselves and the choices that they make. I feel like a lot of people have disagreed with the especially in Best Picture over the past numerous years, a little less than a decade, that you see that a lot of the choices just happen to correspond with where culture's at right now, what they think is the best for how they look, and a little bit of politically driven. So I think that people lost interest when they were like, well, I think this is an amazing film, and this other one won over it because it had to do with insert here feel good about what is going on or what was going on politically or culturally 6 months ago.
Yeah, it's such a weird dynamic of how people can think like the other way of the entire Twitter sphere. And that's not like the pulse on the entire states, of the United States, but I mean people who are openly saying like this is not what we think is the best movie, and then the Academy saying like, oh yeah, this is what America says is the best movie, and you're like, where is the disconnect? Like, not to get all corporate, but like there seems to be a disconnect somewhere, and I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, and I understand that it's not not the People's Choice Awards or whatever, but at the same time there has to be some sort of thought that like try not to get too far into the weeds, because Avatar had a very strong message when it came out, and like it didn't win Best Picture. Actually, Hurt Locker did that year, but
Two amazing movies. That's a tough year to come out. That's
fantastic
movies.
Movies. I think the funny part is that year the lady who directed Hurt Locker was like James Cameron's ex-wife, and it was like, yo dog, I just
what
whipped the shit out of you,
L.
bro. Like, yeah,
what an L for him, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I did not know that. That's so funny.
Like that was like the background. People just like ripping on Twitter, like, yo, bro, you just got like beaten up by your ex-wife. Like, shit, man. Sorry about it.
But yeah, overall, going back to it, I think it was, I don't know, man. Like it felt a bit disingenuous when he did it, because you cut to clips and he's laughing at the joke before, and then I mean, what? But again, I don't know whose side you're on. If you think it was okay for him to do that, I mean, in the situation, I'm gonna be Team Will Smith of like, your wife has some sort of disease or like health condition issue, whatever it is, and someone's making fun of an obvious like appearance where she has to shave her head or something like that. Like, I'm all for him like going up there and doing what he has to do as like a husband, but it just didn't feel right because he was laughing at it. Like, if you really thought it was that bad, you wouldn't laugh at the joke.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that like if it is in that case, you have to give him credit for turning around, seeing Jada's reaction and being like, you know what, this isn't right. I shouldn't have been laughing, and stepping up to defend her honor, I guess. The only thing is that, going back to what we were originally talking about, it just seems like very, I don't know, like wild, out of character for Will, because I feel like obviously he's had a lot going on, and publicly, be it the past year or so, not a lot of positive things. I think a lot of things going on, probably high stress, but always seemed like a guy who had his head on his shoulders, and like, even from the beginning wasn't making terrible choices when it comes to his career and his image and what he's doing and how he's interacting with other people. I have seen a few videos of like him actually like smacking someone, but it was on like the red carpet. Yeah. So there is history of this, but like that guy, there was a guy who was like in the press or something, and he literally tried to kiss him on the lips. And it was like, he was like, what, dude, what are you doing? And like, kind of like smacked him a little bit. But like you said, it's odd. And I feel like there's starting to be like this divide of people who are like, God, whatever it's called, I don't even know what the disease is called. I heard it the other day, and I'm not gonna like spend the time thinking about it.
I'm right there with you, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, but
but it's turning into it's turning into a Kanye and Pete Davidson situation where like you're either team Kanye or team Pete. Like, no matter what the two do, like you're on two different sides, man.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's getting to that point.
Yeah, and everyone wants to be on a certain side and be like, I'm seeing like this huge surge of like, you need to protect the people with whatever that disease is. And I'm listening to a group chat, and D has it, And he's like, yo, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that serious. Like, calm
Yeah.
down.
And
But
like,
it's
obviously,
back to what it was. Like, I think it was overall seeing everything. It looked fake. I still am. It's team fake. I'm not. It's not real. What happened? Like, they needed a new publicity stunt to get the Oscars going again, and it definitely worked. So we'll
yeah.
see what happens.
But plain and simple, I agree. There is way too much like overload on all of my social media feeds for it to be just like something that just happened to happen early on in the show before Will wins Best Actor. Like, come on.
Yeah, you just can't have that happen. Come on.
Yeah, it's too set up. It's too set up.
So let's move on to the other big news of meme stocks. This is, I'll leave a buddy of mine's name out of this. He actually works at Robinhood in the clearing department.
Oh,
so this guy does not have he went there because the stock was popping. He's all about it. The next thing you know, he's stocks in the dump, thinking about leaving. But overall, this guy's in the clearing department at Robinhood. And if you guys have been seeing what's been happening, they halted both GameStop and AMC stocks after it was just getting destroyed and caught up in that volatility there. But I got a text from him before things were about to happen, and he was like, yo, it's happening again. Like, Vlad is about to get just torched. So things are going off the rails over at Robinhood, and for every other, the New York Stock Exchange halted things too. So it wasn't just like a Robinhood isolated issue. It was the entire like global financial system bailing out big banks again, because retail traders are coming and fighting back on these put options on GME and AMC.
Yeah, I'm speechless. I was the guy from day one that like back to zero. Like, when is this coming back down? And then it went like up, and like months later, we're sitting high and mighty, 6x, 10x, whatever it is, above what it was before. And props to the boards and the corporate structures of GameStop, AMC, who else was in there? Can't remember the rest, but like, props to them for actually using the extra capital that they got. That part of like why people go public is because they need the capital for it, and they're using it. They're like trying to buy up different things and change it up. And
yeah, like you see them actually making moves within the space. Like, I mean, usually they're called like dead stocks or whatever you want to call them, like things that have been sitting on the market for a while, been pretty stale, and they finally get this uptick of capital and influx of capital. Like, this is, I mean, like a CEO's dream of like, hey, I got life again. My board doesn't hate me anymore. Like, this is good.
yeah, honestly. And the only thing that I am surprised that they haven't done, specifically GameStop, is try and get into like online or direct to consumer or something like that, because like they are games, they know games, they have all these contracts to sell consoles, old games, new games, like whatever it may be. And like, I get it that they're making these moves, that they're purchasing other like gaming platforms and stuff like that, but I think the real move is to take what they have, what they're used to or what they're known for, what their business was based out of, and modernize that, because honestly, it's already a good name. Like, the reason why it's a meme stock is because everyone like liked the business in the first place, and there's nostalgia tied to it. And so everyone's like, get on board with the boys. Like, we're going to save GameStop. So I feel like they have a good platform to make something out of it, but I think that they really need to make some larger moves when it comes to their core business, because it's great to see them acquire certain companies, but they really need to find themselves in the modern era and revolutionize. So
100%. I mean, I don't know what you would do if I was. It's one of those things where like you wave your hand, and what would you do as a CEO for a day? And it's like you have to lean down 100%, like lose some of the stores in a lot of these locations, but make the stores that you do keep experiences. Like that's what everyone remembers as a kid. Like you remember going to GameStop at midnight, play like going there, finding your new game, getting in line, like playing with people in line in the store, like playing whether the Call of Duty or Halo or whatever it was. So you have to make it an experience of like feed into that nostalgia, make it an Instagram worthy experience of being at a GameStop again, not just a place where you go get old consoles from or old games that for $10 now. And then next thing you do is you definitely have to start going more direct to consumer. Like they have tons of accessories and peripherals for gaming, and they need to start selling those direct to consumer.
Yeah, that, and get rid of that god awful, like just piss me off trade-in system. Like, we're gonna give you this Xbox One, we're gonna give you like $5, and if you want cash, you're gonna get $150 for it. Like,
exactly.
take that out. That is embarrassing, dude. It pisses me off.
Like, just say you're broke. Like, we get it. Just say you're broke.
Yeah, seriously. But like, I think a perfect model that they can take from is Nike. Like, it's a little bit different in that they're taking out of Foot Locker and going direct to consumer, taking more control of their product because they're producing the products themselves. But they're getting into that space. They're realizing, hey, if we have brick and mortar stores, we need to make them, like you said, an experience. You need people that want to go there, put a GameStop, not to sound like the group chat guys, but like put a GameStop in the fucking Grove and make it like right next to the Apple store and make it sick as fuck, Well,
like you said, you have to put it in places like you said, like that are popping, like put it in the Grove and like make it an NFT gallery experience of like being at GameStop. Like do something cool like that. There's a brand I follow. It's called Metaplug, and it has everything to do with like its gaming culture, NFTs, everything like that. Like it's throw all those things together and you get a next level experience, whether you're into NFTs or not. Like you're still going to get a cool experience being there. It's like the the ice cream museum in New York. Like people just go there to take pictures. That's all you have to do is like get a life-size Master Chief fighting like the God of War character. That's like all these epic series that they have. Make that an experience that you want to be at.
Yeah, exactly. And more impressions you get, the more people you got rolling through your store, the more you're going to sell, and the more people are going to want to sell their products with you. So honestly, I think at this point, like last, 2 minutes that we just had, I think we just earned ourselves a spot as like consultants on like the board or something. So I don't know. I think that we did enough for that. So someone needs to call us about that.
Yeah, someone contact me. Now our information is down below, but I mean, get me on the board instantly. I think you gave some very convincing arguments here of why you need to be there. So I'm with it.
Okay.
Speaking of people fighting, there's this guy's got beef with everyone. Zuckerberg's beefing with everyone. He's trying to kill TikTok. Looking at this report, Meta paid, I hate calling it Meta. It's so annoying. Facebook, Meta, whatever you want to call it. They paid a consulting firm to get in front of Congress, politicians, and have politicians badmouth TikTok. I don't even know I don't know where to slice this one open at. There's just so many things that are wrong with this.
Yeah, honestly,
this is what I like to see though. Like Zuck is not gonna just roll over and let his platform die.
Yeah, bro, but he's going about it the fucking wrong way. Like, seriously, fix fucking reels. What are you doing? You're wasting your time. No one's gonna go back to reels just because you're like, oh, like he's like, oh yeah, all these new ads, we're gonna put them on Facebook. It's like, yeah, because the people like grandma who's fucking 70 years old is on TikTok. She's rolling it on TikTok and she's like, oh shit, well, Facebook said TikTok was bad. You're not gonna lose anybody.
To be fair, those, I feel like we always talk about this every election cycle, but like those are the people who show up at the polls. And again, I hate to make things political, but like the older demographic is always going to show up and vote. People on TikTok are not going to show up at the polls and vote because they just say fuck the establishment and they don't want to be a part of the patriarchy and they're just done with it.
All I'm saying is, like, from a product standpoint, he can go kill TikTok. And I think that there's something good in that because obviously, like, Chinese companies, basically Chinese government, having all of this data is probably not great in the long run. But the biggest thing is like, yeah, you can go and kill TikTok, but at the same time, Instagram, because Facebook is, fucking dead in the water, basically. Instagram is dying because he's spending too much time trying to ban virtual sexual harassment on Meta, on the metaverse.
Right.
Like, honorable Zuck, but at the same time, dude, it's a product. You bought it. Like, make it good. You literally, he like put reels in there and he's like, work's finished. We got it. We got it.
All
Ladies
done.
and gentlemen, we got him. Like, no, bro.
Yeah, when you said that and it's like you can kill TikTok, I just thought in my head instantly, I'm just like, no, you can't. Did you see the latest rollout for creators to work with brands? Like there's a new rollout in TikTok that allows brands to have more of the analytical, like have more of the analytics to these content creators. So like you can see like click-through rates, CPMs, every like impressions, engagement. You can see all of that and more on the creators, on the like the brand side that the creators can't even see. So you can basically, it's a platform within TikTok that allows brands to go directly to creators to start working with them.
Sounds like you need to like create your own brand and then get your own data and see what's going on. But that's what I'm talking about is like every day they come out, every week, every month, whatever, they're on top of it. They're coming out with something new. They're always changing the algorithm to make it the best that they can like make it, the experience, the interface, everything that's going on. Obviously they make it like perfectly so you can be fucking addicted to it. But that's the point, is like people are trying to get content out there, and that is the best platform to do it. They've like perfected it.
This is like, make no mistake, like Facebook advertising is still like the flagship program and what's bringing in the most revenue.
Tell iOS.
Yeah, like even still, like it's just doing 85% of their revenue at Facebook. So, or Meta, whatever you want to call it, like it's the bulk of the company still, and this is in direct competition to that. Like Facebook's or TikTok's analytics are now fully catered towards advertisers, and it's proving that, and that's why people are flocking to it. I mean, you look at every D2C brand now is like going to TikTok because ads are affordable. You get better analytics tools. Like it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's huge. I just think that he's, boy genius, not boy genius anymore, apparently, because he's just going the roundabout way of trying to get ahead. And I think that's the biggest thing is like you said, Facebook is like majority of the people who are going to go to the polls. But it's like, if some girl who just turned 18 and she's making millions of dollars because she's dancing on TikTok is like just caught word that she ain't going to be doing that anymore because like there's a bill that might be passed, like she's going to the polls. People are going to go to the polls and make this not happen. There ain't no fucking way. The only
and
way
of course, like people who are on TikTok and you're getting all your information from TikTok, like TikTok's your livelihood, you're for sure going to go out to the polls. I 100% agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I just don't think that he's going about it the right way, and not like the right way as in like the ethical way, the right way as in like, dude, you're supposed to be one of the geniuses of the fucking world, and you're not even changing your product. There's so much wrong with Instagram right now, and he doesn't even take a second look. He's still just his head in the sand, i.e. metaverse.
Like, throw all of that out the window, and I am still just perplexed at the fact that his marketing team has not all been fired. Like, how have you not fired your entire marketing and PR team? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. The interviews that he's doing. Did you watch the one Lex Friedman? I think his name is. That was so stale, so boring. Everyone still thinks he's a robot.
Yeah.
He did Tim Ferriss recently. He's not going to get any tough questions on that one. Like, he's just so unrelatable as a person. Why is his PR team letting him do this? I don't get it.
Yeah, honestly, they need to keep him out, or they need to just like throw him directly in, because like
just put him on Flagrant too, dude. Just put him on there with Andrew Schultz and just let him go back and forth, man. I don't listen to the pod, but I like the clips that he gets are insane.
Yeah, honestly, that would probably be the like, or a 3-person podcast on Rogan's podcast, and they got Schultz there, and he's just like laying into him, just keeps going, and it's like, yep, Jamie, pull this up. Yep, Jamie, pull this up. Jamie, pull this up.
Well, if you look at it, I mean, we can go on forever about how his public image is horrible, and like they need to fix the whole thing of like they need to get out in front of whatever happens in Congress, because for some reason people talk about antitrust and no one brings up Google, no one brings up Microsoft, like no one talks about these other companies who are actually buying up everything. Yeah. But somehow Zuckerberg is the face of everything that's horrible and antitrust and awful in the world right now. They need to get that under control, figure that out. And then the only way people are like the normal people are going to respect him is if he goes on Rogan. That's end of story. Like, he has to.
Yeah, because honestly, if he can handle that, because Joe's gonna do his research, probably not put out a pod for like 2 weeks just to like big brain that shit. But honestly, that's where he's gonna get the tough questions, and he's just kind of like prancing around as like, dude, I thought you were, I keep throwing it around, but I thought you were some kind of like genius, like obviously not socially, but you can answer questions about your company and like what's going on.
100%. Well, even if you have to do it like Jack Dorsey did, like they had Rogan said, hey, like bring your like chief legal counsel on, like have them both there. Like Jack was there, his legal counsel was on, like do what you have to do, but come on the show, at least show face.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm long-winded with that one. We'll move on here. Sorry about that, guys. Zuckerberg just gets me fired up, man. I'm telling you.
The Zuck.
Speaking of antitrust and all things that are horrible, Axie Infinity play to earn crypto game was hacked for over $600 million.
Yo.
Not funny, but it's one of those things. For those that don't know, Axie Infinity play to earn game, similar like a battle style game, team fight tactics. If you've heard of that one, it's global. Basically you play as a little character, get in little battles, win coins, and you can transfer those coins to any other exchange for US dollars. But people in like the Philippines and whatnot are actually making full-time livings off of playing this game. So the world is slowly changing here.
Yeah, it's coming to the new age. I think that's a big thing is like you're seeing a lot of these, and going to relating to that $4.5 billion heist or whatever. But
oh my gosh,
what that couple that looks like they live in a fucking trailer.
Tinder swindler meets fucking V for Vendetta hacking, dude, or anonymous hacking, whatever.
Yeah, straight up though, like what the fuck. But these people just like taking over. God, what exchange was that? It was like a Bitfinex exchange that they stole $4.5 billion from. And I'm sure that all these things, it's like, okay, it's not sophisticated enough, they're gonna track them down or whatever. But that's a lot of concern about these, I'll call them like second tier blockchains that are honestly super important for this space. Is not to get all like sciencey about it, but like not even fucking sciencey at all. Actually, it's important because like ETH has so much gas fees and exchange fees, and it takes a lot of energy, like real energy, to make all these exchanges and purchases and stuff like that. And like obviously they're going to come up with Ethereum 3.0, and I'm sure Vitalik is going to like revolutionize everything, but that is currently the most secure blockchain that you can be running on. And obviously, I think on the interface side, Coinbase is the most trustworthy interface with
Yeah, and like you said, that
Web3.
you hit it on the head of like it's at an intersection right now of where people are. It's not so much mainstream yet, but it's getting to that point. And this is every time something like this happens and hits the news, it goes all downhill and sets crypto back even further. And that's another thing of like, how do these things keep happening? And like are people going to react to this? Like, are people going to stop playing the game? Are people going to stop trusting that because your wallets are connected to this? Like, you have to convert this to a different, like you go to Binance and then convert everything to ETH and then get your money out somehow. But I don't know how this affects consumer confidence like it normally would affect the stock market, but it's got to be in the same realm.
Yeah, I think that the why this is like coming about is obviously there is like a huge surge in adoption for this in this space and Web3 in general. And you're gonna see, because of that, a lot of people trying to start these companies and everything and businesses to take advantage of this and put whatever that they have in the space, i.e., play to earn games, coins themselves, NFTs, whatever it may be. But when you directly build off of the blockchain, which is what happened with Axie Infinity, I think they're on Ronin or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They're building their own blockchain, and they're putting together these teams as they go. They're startups, they're very small teams, and they don't have like, they're very talented people. Like from our experiences, me and you trying to get into it and like get into the coding space, it is extremely difficult. And I'm gonna like whatever that is, like couch coach or couch athlete this, with the whole like people who do things way better, but they don't have the relevant talent to make on the security side to make these things secure. So obviously they're doing the best they can, but there is a lot of people out there, not a lot, a small group of people out there who have that talent and can take advantage of those things and can really shake up and change consumer confidence, as well as directly affect the people who are within that space or have those coins or anything like that.
It's like you said, it's us being backseat drivers or backseat coaches, whatever you want to call it. But like, if these big brands and big companies were able to build this stuff, then there wouldn't be a need for these startups. But these big companies, that's not these directly impact these big companies and why they would want to go decentralized. So they don't have the resources. They don't want to do this. That's like you said, they're normal startups that are doing this. So we can only be so judgmental when it comes to it. But again, talking about expanding the space, Crypto.com sponsoring the 2022 FIFA World Cup. This, again, if you didn't already know, FTX, Crypto.com, Coinbase, they basically took over every Super Bowl ad ever. So, and that's who's hot right now, and that's what's going to stay hot apparently. Crypto.com Arena, Crypto.com sponsoring FIFA, like it's just a global phenomenon.
Yeah, they are, whoever's head of their marketing team is one aggressive motherfucker, because
They need to get paid. Whoever it
Bro,
is needs the bag.
yo, this guy needs everything right now because, or gal, because they went all out with celebrities, like you said, arenas. They're hitting everything, commercials. Like I see them everywhere, and when I do see them, they hit big. Oh yeah, we got Matt Damon. That's cool. We're like doing some shit about
Yeah,
space. We
whatever.
got Matt Damon.
The
It's
home of the
sick.
home of Kobe. We got crypto arena. See, I thought
Yeah,
it would take a lot longer for people to like keep saying staples, but every time I talk to someone around LA or whatever, and like, oh, I'm going to the crypto arena for the Kings game, or like I'm going to watch the Lakers and Clippers play. Like it's people kind of forgot about staples at this point. But
yeah.
the home of Kobe Bryant is now crypto.com, man. This guy's legacy will live on.
Yo, I'm just gonna say it one time, but like, have you been to a Staples? Like, when's the last time you went to a Staples? Like, they were like, please take this contract. We are losing so much money.
We can't afford this shit anymore.
Yo, there's not enough Staples being sold. But yeah,
Yeah.
God, it's wild, man. They are doing a fantastic job because
Yeah, see,
they're
normally we come on here and just shit on brands and companies who need better marketing or better PR, and we're doing the opposite now.
just positive.
People can stop saying we're pessimists now. They can just say,
Yeah,
"Hey, you said a good thing about someone now."
yeah. Hey, positive. We're doing positive things here.
Positivity. Uh, I guess that leads us back into things that are positive for some people, maybe not positive for other people. Um, Mortgage rates are back up. So which means housing prices, even rent, is starting to cool down in a lot of these major places. So as a homeowner yourself, um, I'll let you kind of take this one away from my side of things. When I was looking at houses and things like that, like even rent in new areas, things are coming down, and it's looking phenomenal for people like us. You don't have any reason that you're going to sell your place, I don't think, but people who are now thinking about getting into a new home, um, inventory is still really low. So good luck on finding a place for sale. But prices are somewhat coming down. So positive there.
Yeah, I think that in next few months, next 6 months is going to be interesting to see how things balance out because I feel like there's definitely going to be a lag in inventory versus versus the mortgage rates. Obviously, like I said at the beginning of the episode, Papa Pal is taking no prisoners right now, so everyone's gonna get like beat down on buying a home right now because um sellers talk to a few people and sellers are like trying to stay as steadfast as possible to keep their prices. You're not seeing people like bust up, hey yo, I got 50 over asking cash, I don't know where I got it, you don't need to know where I got it, but I got it, kind of thing. So definitely making a move back to like normal, whatever the new normal is. But I think that there's going to be a little bit of a lag to where once there is a little bit more inventory, things will balance out. Because honestly, if you sell your home right now, you're going to still get like, for example, you bought a home last year for 400K, you're still going to get 475 for it. So you're going to be doing well, but the turnaround, I think that if people don't have to move, they're probably not moving just because no one wants to hit what was it? It like hit 4.5%.
Yeah. I mean, with interest rates being, I mean, look, go back 2020, like it was dead zero and then getting back
Yeah.
up to 2.5. Like I've been sitting at 2.5 for almost 2 years now. People are not used to that. Now that it's up to 4.5, like that's That's an extra 50% onto your household each month, like in
Yeah.
expenses.
This is,
Good
dude,
luck.
especially if you're early on. And yo, like, this is like the perfect, not financial advice or whatever, but this is the perfect example of why you get a fixed rate and not a variable rate. Cause like everyone has a variable rate is like, yo, what is happening right
Yeah,
now?
everyone's
I don't have any
fucked.
more money. So,
Where did my brunch money go? It's gone.
yo,
It's
gone forever. Aaron
no
Hernandez,
more
like,
bottomless mimosas for you. You're now
yeah,
house rich or house poor, I should
house
say.
poor. Yeah, we do things at home. Like you got 25-year-old people saying like, yo, can we get McDonald's? We got McDonald's at home. Like McDonald's at home is a slice of bread. Like we ain't spending more money. But on a serious note, I think it's a good thing. I think we'll return back to normal. It'll just be interesting to see how these things go. Hopefully we don't have like a return of the late 80s and like, like mortgage rates are like 20%. Like
Yeah,
I
I would
don't want
love
to
it.
be, yeah, might as well buy it with a credit card. Like,
Yeah.
yo, put it on the Capital One, like get miles for this shit.
Yeah,
Like we're going to Fiji.
throw it on my platinum, dude. Give me that 5x travel, dude.
Yo, straight up though. Like what the fuck? So I think it's just a balance of things, and it should be interesting how that affects the large corporations buying up homes, because you saw that during the pandemic and later on interest rates at zero. It's like, is all of the single family homes in America going to be owned by someone else? Like
Yeah, I
kind
mean,
of scary there for a minute.
I still, it's not stopping. I don't know if you looked at what's happening still with like BlackRock is still buying up inventory.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean they're. I'm not gonna bring my personal opinion on BlackRock in this one, but they're buying up literally everything, and they're what's that old quote of like you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. I forgot that old who said that, some communist guy. But yeah, something along those lines. BlackRock is basically saying like you're going to either have to buy from us or rent from us, and we're set on our prices. We can afford to hold these things.
Yeah, they're everywhere. And yeah, it's just sketchy because I think like all that part of the American dream, not to get all sappy or anything like that, is to like build your life and, own a home and create like have a family in that home and stuff like that. And I think that, if things continue, it would be really sad to see like a good portion of America be renting for their entire lives, because honestly, at the end of the day, that becomes a lot of people's retirement. So
Yeah, if
hard
you're
to
a
see.
boomer, but
Boomers.
us it's the surprising factor that I had on that was like their stat that I had was it was said 70 almost 80% of millennials who bought a home in like during the pandemic regret their decision. So that part was
Damn,
pretty scary
bro.
to me.
Well, probably because like we all got fixer uppers. Like, yo, I am not a carpenter. What the hell is going on here?
This is not enjoyable. I'm not doing
Yeah,
this.
bro. Like, insert fucking Patrick Star with the board across his forehead here. Like,
Think
is
I'm
mayonnaise
fucking
an
Bob the
instrument?
Builder ass over here? Like, come
Yeah,
on.
bro. Not good.
um Closing thoughts. What do we got here? Content, anything new in the world people should be looking at?
Everyone's got a newsletter. Everyone follows a newsletter. I just started following, what is this bitch called? Let me get this because I am enjoying it. Future Party kind of does what everybody else does, or every other newsletter. It's a little bit tailored, a little bit more broadly, but their presentation's really nice. And if this is not a paid advertisement, but like it, big thing for me is just trying to get information on a daily basis, see what's going on in the world. They really kind of like tie it all up into a neat little package, and tell you a little bit about what's going on in each social media platform and Google and YouTube and like what's trending for that day, and then any news that's kind of tied to that. And it's just like straight information, no frills, no extras. And obviously everyone has theirs. You know, you've referred me to a couple that are more like finance based, and those are really nice. But it's just, honestly, if you don't have a newsletter or anything like that, find one, and it just keeps you informed. It's real nice to get information on a daily basis, see what's happening in the world.
Big reader. Gives you a oh yeah, I'm also subscribed to them as well, but it gives you kind of like an overarching theme of like here's what's happening in quote unquote culture as well as like finance stuff too, or news, whatever it is.
Yeah, definitely. I think
covers all bases.
Yeah, it's good. The only other thing that I'm gonna add, and I feel like I'm definitely pushing all of D's shit here, but that Lo Ciento tequila actually pretty solid. Like, not gonna lie.
You tried it.
Drink,
you were a
dude.
group chat shill over here. This guy is shilling for their. Are they sure you're not paying you?
Yo, they got like this guy whipped out a tequila, and over the course of like 30 minutes, I got sold. And you could add to their text list, and they'll like text you house parties and shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going on Thursday. Not gonna lie,
dude. You should go. You should hit up Paige Polish.
Shouts out lady. The boy Paige.
The boy, yeah.
Love her.
Yeah, what is that? Santa Monica. Honestly, so great tequila. If you like tequila, I'm a tequila guy. So if you don't, they got parties, and they got somewhere to socialize, connect with people in LA. So
yeah, meet some fun people out there.
Yeah, man. And if you don't want to go to Run Club or anything like that, just like go to the fucking drinking parties.
If you're gonna be lazy, come on, at least go drink about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Content.
Hey, you got anything?
Man.
Sorry,
I don't know, man.
Bro.
No, I talk about group chat shills, but I guess my like quote unquote loser of the week, it's got to be. I know this is like a horrible stance to take, and this is probably not going to age well, but Formula One is just, in my opinion, it's on its way out, dude. It's just, for me, so boring to watch, man. It's just, people thought it was bad when Lewis Hamilton was winning everything. Now they're just blatantly cheating and trying to get Max Verstappen to win every race, or anyone but Mercedes, and it's just really bad to watch.
Yeah, all puns aside, it came in hot and it left hot, like real fucking quick. And I think purely because of the rules, they totally shit on their own thing. And like you said, I think that they're pushing certain narratives, trying to get a new guy in the works. I don't know what's going on with Mercedes being off pace. It's like, it doesn't sit well in my stomach. But like we talked about earlier, the whole, we're not even racing anymore, we're just who can get DRS game, it just ruins it for everything. So these are supposed to be the fastest cars in the world, and they're slowing down just so they can open up the wing. So
yeah, it's just one of those things, man, where I hate to call myself anything that's I'm a fan of the sport, yes, but I guess I'm on quote unquote a what are those things called? A purist of the sense. I don't give a shit about that. Like, I was cool with Ferrari when they were cheating. Like, bring that back. I'm all for it. But like, don't blatantly make it so one guy is about to win this whole race. Like, come on. At least give me that much.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah, other than that, closing thoughts, content. Nothing has been throwing. Like, we can touch on, I've been watching both Super Pumped, Billions. I want to start We Crashed, though. That one apparently is way better than Super Pumped. Super Pumped it's kind of an awkward show. Joseph Gordon-Levitt they're putting him in a really bad spot. They're making him look like a shitty actor, I think, but hey, who knows?
Yeah, Yeah. Well, either shitty actor
Or they're making
or
that
was
guy
it
look out
Travis
to be like a
making
shitty
Travis
person.
yeah, I think
He's just
that
kind of he's so cringe, man. Like if that's how he actually is in person, like I feel bad for anyone else to like interact with him. Like he's just like a
yeah.
cringe person on the show, and it's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Hey, all right. After the lines, like we don't know the episodes.
yeah.
We're just here for it.
5 somewhere in, carry the 2. We're somewhere there.
Not big mouth, guys. But hey, if you like what you're listening to, give us a rating, comment, subscribe, do what you got to do. Share with a friend,
Yeah.
actually. We're good
Yeah.
people.
God, I try to be. Jeez. I don't think I'm trying that hard, but like, damn.
Being human. On that note, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. After the lines, we'll see you.